His work focuses on mentorship, leadership development, and equipping veterans with the tools needed to thrive beyond their service, reflecting his commitment to the SEAL community. Drew's speaking topics include biblical warriorship, leading through influence, and cultivating positive culture. His unique blend of military precision, spiritual insight, and leadership experience come alive. His talks are more than motivational. They are a call to action, challenging audiences to lead with purpose, integrity, and faith. Drew has a passion for empowering others, drawn from a lifetime of lessons on the front lines and in the pulpit. He engages audiences with a dynamic style that blends real-world anecdotes, biblical truths, and actionable leadership strategies. So whether he's speaking in corporate teams, church congregations, or at conferences, his message resonates deeply, inspiring listeners to step into their God-given potential. So without further ado, let's welcome Drew Forsberg.
Thanks.
Welcome to the show. So I read your bio and we talk about that, but let's give the audience a overall picture of where Drew started to the picture they have based on your bio.
Yeah. So you read Montauk, New York. It's a very small town out on the east end of Long Island. No stoplights. A lot of people think of Long Island and think of the city. But if you continue to go east and keep going east, out past the Hamptons and everything else, eventually that train stops, and it stops in a town with mostly fishermen and a couple of restaurants that open about 4 months out of the year when all those city people come out and spend their summer vacations. And then the rest of the locals, we just forge that money away so that we can make the rest of the 8 months last.
Yeah.
So that's how I grew up. My dad was a commercial fisherman. If you watched The Perfect Storm with George Clooney and going out and catching swordfish, my dad got to do that for quite a time.
Wow.
And he was even brought up in a fishing family. My great-grandfather helped dig the Holland Tunnel and lost a couple fingers in that. He got a severance check, bought a fishing boat, started catching fish, and was approached one day by a guy who said, "Hey, you looked like pretty good at this. Can you take me out fishing?" And he was like, "Well, how many rods?" Just a hand line. He was like, "I'll bring the rods." So the guy brought the rods, went out fishing, had a good day's catch. When the guy left, he said, "Keep the rods." That was Penn, who owns Penn Reels and Rods. Mm-hmm. My great-grandfather got his start, came home and said, "I think I can make a living at this," and then picked up the whole family and moved all the way out to Montauk, where my grandfather was raised. My grandfather really took that business to another level and kind of owned the dock area with a fleet of boats.